Have you ever prayed, God, is she really the one? Because sometimes the most dangerous relationships aren't the ones that start badly. They're the ones that start beautifully. The ones that feel exciting, comfortable, almost perfect. The ones that make you believe you've finally found the person you've been praying for. But then little things begin to happen. Your peace starts disappearing. Your faith starts weakening. And deep inside, a quiet warning begins whispering, something isn't right. A young man once faced this exact situation. For years, he had prayed for a relationship. Every night he asked God for someone special, someone who would love him, support him, and walk beside him through life. Then one day, he met a woman who seemed like the answer to every prayer. She was beautiful, confident, and charming. Everyone liked her. Even his friends told him how lucky he was. At first, everything felt perfect. Their conversations lasted for hours, laughter came naturally, and the future looked bright. But slowly, something began changing. The young man noticed he was praying less, reading scripture less, and spending less time with God. Not because anyone forced him, but because his attention had shifted. Without realizing it, she had become the center of his world. One evening, while walking through the village feeling confused, he met an old teacher sitting beneath an olive tree. The teacher looked at him and smiled before asking, "Why do you look troubled?" The young man sat down and explained everything: the relationship, the confusion, the doubts, and the fears. When he finished, the teacher remained silent for a moment before saying, "Not every person who enters your life is sent to stay in it." The young man frowned. Then the teacher continued, "Sometimes God sends lessons disguised as blessings." Those words stayed with him. The teacher then shared 5 signs, 5 warnings, and 5 truths that would change how he viewed relationships forever. The first sign was that she pulls you away from God instead of closer to Him. The teacher pointed toward 2 paths. One led uphill toward the mountains, while the other led down into a dark valley. He asked, if 2 people are walking together, but moving in different directions, how long before one pulls the other away? The young man understood immediately. A godly relationship should strengthen your faith, not weaken it. If being with someone consistently makes you pray less, trust God less, or drift away from your purpose, that is a warning sign. The right person helps you grow spiritually. They don't slowly pull you away from God. The second sign was that she constantly disrespects your values. The teacher picked up a clay pot and dropped small stones into it. At first, nothing happened, but eventually, tiny cracks began to appear. Smiling gently, he said, "Big damage often starts with small disrespect." Maybe she mocks your faith, laughs at your convictions, or makes you feel foolish for standing for what you believe. A relationship cannot survive where respect does not exist. The right woman may not agree with everything, but she will respect your values. The third sign was that she loves attention more than character. The teacher pointed toward a beautiful flower. From a distance, it looked perfect, but when they walked closer, they realized it had no roots. The first strong wind would destroy it. Then the teacher said, "Some people spend more time looking valuable than becoming valuable." If someone constantly seeks validation from others, attention from strangers, and approval from the world, they may not be ready for a healthy relationship. Character matters more than appearance every time. The fourth sign was that she supports your comfort, but not your purpose. Looking directly into the young man's eyes, the teacher asked, "Who are you becoming?" The young man didn't know how to answer. The teacher continued, "The right person won't only support your happiness, they'll support your calling. Some people encourage you to stay comfortable, stay small, avoid growth and avoid challenges, but God's plan often requires growth, sacrifice, and courage. The right partner helps you become the person God created you to be." The fifth sign was that you constantly feel confused instead of at peace. The teacher pointed toward a calm lake. The water was still, peaceful, and clear. Then he said, "God often speaks through peace." This doesn't mean relationships are always easy. But if you're constantly anxious, constantly confused, and constantly questioning everything, you should pay attention. Sometimes your spirit notices danger before your mind does. The young man sat quietly, thinking about everything he had heard. For the first time, he stopped focusing on how much he wanted the relationship and started focusing on where the relationship was leading him. Suddenly, he saw things differently. The warning signs, the compromises, and the things he had ignored because he was afraid of being alone. The teacher smiled gently and said, "Never let loneliness convince you to choose the wrong person." Those words changed everything. The young man finally realized something powerful. Being alone for a season is far better than walking the wrong road for years. The right relationship brings peace, growth, purpose, and a deeper connection with God, not confusion, compromise, or distance from your faith. So if you're asking, God, is she really the one? Don't only look at how she makes you feel. Look at who you're becoming because of her. Attraction can be temporary. Feelings can change. But character, purpose, and faith build a foundation that lasts. And remember, not every good woman is God's woman for you. Sometimes the greatest blessing isn't the relationship God gives, it's the relationship He protects you from. The right woman won't pull you away from God's plan, she'll help you walk deeper into it.